Ever tried capturing the magic of fireworks but ended up with blurry and disappointing pictures? You're not alone. Welcome to Lensphere Studios, where we turn your photography struggles into triumphs. Today, we're diving into the world of light and color, exploring the mesmerizing art of photographing fireworks. Whether you're armed with a high-end DSLR or just your handy smartphone, we've got tips and tricks that'll help you nail that perfect shot. So gear up, because we're about to light up your photography skills with our explosive tips. Tip number 1. Ditch the auto mode and embrace the manual settings. When it comes to capturing the perfect fireworks shot, having control over your camera's settings is key. You see, in auto mode, your camera makes all the decisions for you. It sets the ISO, shutter speed, and aperture based on what it thinks is best. But when you're shooting fireworks, what the camera thinks is best may not actually be the best. Switching to manual mode gives you the freedom to adjust these settings yourself. For instance, a lower ISO will reduce noise in your shots, while a slower shutter speed will allow you to capture the full burst of the firework. And playing around with the aperture? Well, that can help you control the depth of field in your image, making your fireworks pop against the night sky. So, don't be afraid to take control. Experiment with different settings and see what works best for your specific situation. After all, photography is as much an art as it is a science. So remember, manual mode is your best friend when it comes to fireworks photography. Moving on to tip number 2, stability is key. Now, you might wonder, why is stabilizing your camera so important? Well, the answer lies in the simple yet profound concept of clarity. You see, when you're capturing fireworks, every shot counts, and the last thing you want is a blurry image when you've got the perfect burst of color in your frame. Imagine this, you've set up your shot, the fireworks are just about to explode in a dazzling display, and just as you press the shutter, your hand moves. The result? A blurred mess that's far from the crisp, clear image you envisioned. That's where a tripod or any other stabilization device comes into play. These tools keep your camera steady, eliminating the risk of camera shake and ensuring your images are as sharp as can be. Even when you're shooting long exposures or adjusting the focal length during exposure, a sturdy support system can make all the difference. So next time you're out capturing fireworks, don't forget your trusted tripod. Tip number 3, frame your shot creatively. Now, when it comes to capturing fireworks, your composition can make or break your image. It's not just about the fireworks exploding in the sky, it's about the entire frame. You've got an entire canvas to play with. So use it to your advantage. Consider the surroundings. Can you incorporate a city skyline into your shot? How about reflections in a nearby lake? These elements can add depth and context to your image, making it far more interesting than a simple shot of fireworks against a black sky. Experiment with your positioning too. Shooting from a low angle can make the fireworks seem grander, while a high angle can give you a unique perspective. Don't forget about the rule of thirds either. This basic principle of photography, which involves dividing your frame into 9 equal rectangles and positioning your subject along these lines or at their intersections, can also apply to fireworks photography. And lastly, leave some room for the unexpected. Fireworks can be unpredictable, and you never know where the next burst will appear. So keep your frame wide enough to catch any surprise displays. Remember, a captivating frame can make your fireworks photos truly stand out. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to experiment. In the realm of photography, there's no such thing as a set rule book. The beauty of capturing moments lies in your ability to think outside the box, to try new things, and to break the mold. When it comes to photographing fireworks, this couldn't be more true. Different lenses can offer varying perspectives, creating a diverse palette of images. A wide-angle lens can capture sweeping, expansive shots, while a telephoto lens can bring distant details into sharp focus. Then there's the matter of techniques. Have you ever thought about adjusting the focal length during exposure? It's a creative way to introduce movement and dynamism into your shots. Or perhaps consider shooting long exposures handheld. It might seem counterintuitive given the need for stability, but it can result in some truly unique, abstract light trails. The key takeaway here is to never stop exploring. Each experiment you undertake is a step towards discovering your own unique style and voice. So the next time you're snapping away at a fireworks display, dare to experiment and see the magic unfold. Tip number 5. Adjust exposure settings for videos. Here's a game changer, folks. When it comes to video recording of fireworks, exposure settings can make or break your final output. You see, the dazzling lights against the dark sky can be a tricky situation for your camera's automatic settings. So, what's the solution? Simply switch to manual mode. In manual mode, you get to be the boss of your camera settings. You can adjust the exposure settings to suit the intensity of light that each firework produces. This may seem a bit technical, but trust me, it's worth the effort. Start with a lower ISO to reduce noise and adjust your shutter speed and aperture according to the brightness of the fireworks. Remember, fireworks are fast, so a quick shutter speed can freeze the action, while a slower one can create beautiful light trails. And there's one more thing, don't be afraid to experiment with these settings. Each fireworks display is unique, and so should be your approach to capturing it. So, if you're filming fireworks, don't forget to tweak those exposure settings. Tip number 6. Make the most of your smartphone features. Now, you don't necessarily need a high-end camera to capture stunning fireworks photos. Your smartphone can do wonders too, if you know how to use it effectively. First things first, enable the high dynamic range or HDR mode. This helps balance the lighting and brings out the vibrant colors of the fireworks against the night sky. Second, if your smartphone offers manual shooting controls, don't hesitate to use them. This allows you greater control over the exposure and focus, which can make a lot of difference in your pictures. Finally, consider using the burst shooting mode. As the fireworks explode in the sky, capturing the perfect moment can be quite a challenge. But with burst mode, your phone will take several photos in quick succession, increasing your chances of getting that one perfect shot. So, smartphone photographers, remember these tips for your next fireworks shoot. And there you have it, 6 tips to elevate your fireworks photography. Remember, using manual settings will give you better control over your shot. Stabilizing your camera can lead to crisper images, while framing your shot creatively adds that extra flair. Don't shy away from experimenting with different lenses and techniques, as they can bring a unique perspective to your photos. Adjusting exposure settings when shooting videos can make all the difference, and never underestimate the power of your smartphone's features. Thanks for joining us at Lensphere Studios. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more photography insights. Until next time, keep shooting and keep experimenting.